Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy, who was Hindo, and we back, back with some hip hop. So, as you know, Drake is enemy number one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm letting you know right now, if you listen to Drake or you're a Drake fan, it's going to be a long 2025 for you. Why? Because people are acting like nobody has ever sued anybody in hip hop. Like, no rapper has ever sued in hip hop ever. And we got the streamers out here, you know what I'm saying, who didn't do their due diligence to read anything. Just, you know what I'm saying, trying to clout chase and make money. I'll let you know straight up. Y'all know me. I'm not biased, none of that junk. At the end of the day, Drake is doing what's best for him. Do I agree with it? A little bit, kind of not. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing what's best for him. Now, since dumb motherfuckers don't want to read, I guess I'll have to read some of it for us. First, we're going to talk about what's on my screen. It says, with the palpable physical threat to Drake's safety and the bombardment of online harassment, Drake fears for the safety and security of himself, his family, and his friends. Now, most people would be like, over a diss song? Over a diss song? It's more than that. After the attacks on his home, Drake pulled his son out of elementary school he attended in Toronto due to safety concerns. And once school ended for the summer, Drake arranged for his son and mother to leave Toronto entirely. Day to day, Drake continues to take steps to address persistent threats to his security. Now, why will all this matter? It said after attacks on his home. So, I have the actual lawsuit pulled up on my computer screen. So, it says Aubrey Dre Graham plaintiff versus UMG Recordings. UMG Recordings. Not no Shack Life, no Life Shack, not Cartier Family, not Casanat. None of them are the defendants. They are evidence, examples. So for you dumb niggas that don't understand how to read, and we gonna go on to some other lawsuits too, since people want to act like nobody ever sued anybody. Plaintiff Aubrey Dre Graham, through his attorneys, brings this complaint against defendant UMG Recordings, Inc. Defendant or UMG. A single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. Sir Lucian Grange, Chief Executive Officer of UMG, March 25th, 2024. A single lie can destroy your reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. And before I go any further, people are going to say, well, Drake lied and said that that Kendrick beat his wife and that the kid wasn't his. Drake said, I heard one of those kids is Dave Freeze. He insinuated for sure, and he should never have done that. I agree with that 100%. He should have never insinuated that. He should have just kept it to Kendrick. But what we're not going to do is act like that video doesn't exist. That's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. So, when he said that to him, right?
she ended up pressing charges, I think. Last thing I heard, and I had to do a huge report, and then hopefully I didn't have to go to court, but I didn't. Stalk him? No, I didn't meet him. I met all of his friends because they were all trying to get into that room, and then we had to detain anyone trying to get in the room because the cops made us lock it out.
No, wait a second. I got a little behind. Are you telling me that this particular rapper had like a large group of
He had like
people
7 rooms
with him, like an entourage?
Yep. I'm gonna get so in trouble for telling this story.
At the Hard Rock, where you had to physically apprehend.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Now, I want y'all to listen to exactly what she said. Whether you believe it or whether you don't believe it, that's up to you. But this is an allegation from somebody else. This is an allegation from somebody else. Whether you believe it or not, that's up to you.
So.
Oh yeah, it was lovely. One of the rooms. Dispatch. That's. Well, no, it was Memorial Day weekend, and then it was fight weekend, and then Memorial Day weekend. And I don't remember. I think it was Memorial Day.
I know I was there for a fight on Memorial Day weekend.
Whatever. Anyways, so I get dispatched up to one of the rooms. Dispatch. That's lingo. That's technical. I'm gonna end up talking in code. She was told to.
Yeah. The call came over the radio.
I got told to go up to her room to help some girl get down to the casino because she was scared. She ends up being all bloody and everything. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, it was lovely. So I'm like, oh. And so I had to call, like, my supervisor, then I had to call my other supervisor, then I had to call my boss. And I was like, we got a situation. Because, like, half of her face was, like, blown out pretty much.
Oh,
so I'm like, oh, lovely. And come to find out, she was with a certain rapper who had assaulted her.
Was his first name Lil?
No.
That'll narrow it down.
His first name was Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar? Yeah.
You heard that, right? You heard that, right?
Had assaulted her. And blown out, pretty much.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm like, oh, lovely. And come to find out, she was with a certain rapper who had assaulted her.
Was his first name Lil?
No.
That'll narrow it down.
His first name was Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar? Yeah. Wait, it was him? What did he do? I mean, he beat up some chick. It was like
Now, y'all wanted to gloss over that. So it's not 100% that Drake lied about him beating his wife or beating whoever he's beating up, because this right here is, y'all heard it. The security guard really confirmed it. She said his name. I want y'all to hear it again. Whether you believe it or not, that's up to public opinion. But she said it. This is it. There is a video. There's no video like this out of anybody saying that Drake is a pedophile, or Drake did, or Drake touched me here. Actually, it was more females coming out in defense of Drake once Not Like Us and all that came out. So it's not the same. What Kendrick did can't be proved at all. There's no video. There's no nothing of a girl saying that Drake touched him. He has the video of Drake being 22, doing some weird shit on stage with a 17-year-old that he should have never have done, and I don't agree with at all. 100%. I know y'all come and y'all listen to these videos and y'all hate and be like, oh, you a Drake laser, you not black, you not like us. That does not faze me. That does not faze me. I don't follow the trend. Sorry. I keep it 1,000. So that's number one. Number two, listen to it again.
Did this stuff go out on TMZ yet? Because I think I need to make a phone call. We got a situation because, like, half of her face was, like, blown out pretty much.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm like, oh, lovely. And come to find out, she was with a certain rapper who had assaulted her.
Was his first name Lil?
No.
That'll narrow it down.
His first name was Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar? Yeah.
They wanted to just dismiss this. They wanted to dismiss this. Now it says, in one of the folders shows a video someone who worked at the casino that night, June 16, 2014, where she was called to a room where a woman was assaulted, and the woman claimed she was with Kendrick. You heard it. Y'all just didn't believe Kendrick could do anything like that. Now, let's move on from that, because y'all gonna say in the comments, oh, that was proven to be a lie. No, that was never proven to be a lie. Never. That was never proven to be a lie. You saw What's the Dirt video about that. You know what I'm saying? What's the Dirt too? You putting out a video talking about Drake's reputation. Listen, Drake knows his reputation is going to take a huge hit. He knows that he's going to be enemy number one in hip-hop. That, oh, he's not hip-hop. He's soft. He's caring. He's a white boy. See, that's that white side coming out. But we're going to expose all that in this video. We're going to expose all that. Now, right here it says, after attacks on his home, Drake pulled his son out of elementary school. What attacks? Well, it's a legend that one, in the middle of the night, May 7th, 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family resided. Drake was inside. The car stopped in front of the residence. Someone yelled, "Fuck Drake," and at least one gunman began to open fire. One bullet went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another bullet struck and wounded a security guard who was one of Drake's friends. When the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. During the nearly 30 minutes it took for the ambulance to arrive, Drake and others labored to keep the man alive by applying pressure to the gunshot wound with towels. Blood was everywhere. After the security guard arrived at the hospital, surgeons worked quickly to remove the bullet, stop the bleeding, and save his life. Though it took days for his condition to stabilize, thankfully the security guard survived. The very next day, May 8th, 2024, a different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence surrounding Drake's Toronto house. He managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through and enters Drake's property. Fortunately, Drake's home security guard caught him before he was able to cause any physical harm, although the trespasser managed to yell racist slurs and threats against Drake before being escorted off of the property. On May 9th, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. In the 2 decades, listen to this, in the 2 decades leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was constantly in the public eye, nothing remotely like these events had ever happened to him or his family. But these events were not coincidental. So this man said in the 2 decades, that's 20 years of leading up to May 2024, nothing remotely like this has ever happened to him or his family. But the events were not coincidental. They immediately followed and were proximately caused by UMG actions leading up to and on May 4th, 2024. Now, I just wanted to talk about that because, look, at the end of the day, this man is a legend that people was on his property. 3 or 4 different intruders tried to come on his house and use physical harm towards him. So he took his son out of school. Y'all think, bro, number one, y'all think this is a fucking game with somebody playing with somebody's life? Y'all think that's a game that he shouldn't have did this? If you think he shouldn't have did this, that's on you. But nobody's playing games with a family. You heard what he said. Somebody playing with my family, I'm going to prison. That ain't being no tough talk or nothing. That's like, bro, you literally trying to impede, you know what I'm saying, and take and harm people that I love. If this was happening to Kendrick, if somebody had did this to Kendrick, y'all be, oh, what is this? That's got to be Drake fans. That's got to be this. But because it's happening to Drake, it don't matter. So if he would have died, y'all would have just been bumping Not Like Us, just so happy, huh? We're getting to the point where people don't have common sense, bro. They don't have common sense at all. I just broke you down. That's 3 days in a row. Somebody tried to break into his estate. Niggas digging holes under his gates with their bare hands to get under his property. The man said in 20 years this has never happened to him or none of his family. Back to back to back to back. It goes further. UMG is the world's largest music company, and also the music company that had represented Drake for more than a decade. Yet on May 4th, 2024, and I want y'all to hear something. Because in this listen, he even says in this lawsuit that it's not about him. I already know what this is. This is so he can get his money and not be in the deal. He wants to get out of the deal while still getting paid in full. That's all this is. People who really think this is just over him losing a rap battle, just ignorant, and that's all it is. That's all it is, because Drake then quote unquote lost rap battles before. If I'm gonna title this, if Drake is suing over a rap battle, why didn't he do it with Pusha T? That's the name of this video. If Drake is suing over a rap battle, why didn't he do it with Pusha T? That's all I want to know. Now, right here, I'm gonna read this part. We skipping because everything it's an 81-page lawsuit. We're not reading all that. Now, this part right here. The contract between UMG and Drake is up for renegotiation in 2025. By the spring of 2024, UMG understood that the rise of streaming platforms had enhanced the bargaining power of artists. Established artists whose contracts are coming up for renewal are in an improved position to demand higher take rates due to the improvement in the visibility of cash flows and risk reduction. And as described below, on information and belief, UMG was incentivized to act, and in fact did act, in a manner to reduce the bargaining leverage in advance of upcoming negotiations with Drake over contract renewal. UMG has licensing and publishing rights over, of course we know that, over Kendrick, that person music. On information and belief from 2000, okay. Boom. So, when viewed on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Deezer. The recording includes the following language: exclusive licensing to Interscope Records, which is a division of UMG. Since defendant's initial publication of the record has been streamed globally over 990 million times on Spotify alone as the data is following. The recording repeatedly accuses Drake of engaging in criminal acts in pedophilia and or other acts that would require registering as a sex offender and of being registered as one. So, like I said, he said that this is not about that, but people still gonna try to make it about that. Now, May 7th, also on May 7th, across the globe in London, UK, Drake's OVO clothing store was vandalized with graffiti that said, "They not like us." The graffiti was likely viewed by hundreds of Carnaby Street passerbys before the glass window could be removed and millions online once the news broke. See, one thing about this is this "they not like us" shit, it has no meaning no more. Because you have white people saying they not like us, Mexican people saying they not like us. I told y'all I had a live saying a Mexican dude told me I'm not black because I listen to Drake or because I prefer Drake music over Kendrick. Let me tell you straight up, bro. Just because you're Mexican or you're white and you listen to Kendrick don't mean you know anything about the struggle, homie. I know y'all think that all Drake fans is pop fans and white and live in the suburb. That's far from the truth. Far from the truth, sir. That's so far from the truth, it's ridiculous. So like I said, bro, I don't blame him for suing. I don't. You can call it gentrifying or whatever. Y'all can try to act like niggas ain't never sued in hip-hop before, but they have. They definitely have. And y'all more worried about this than worried about Jay-Z and his allegations, worried about Kanye West and his allegation. I see more niggas on his head and I see more people defending Diddy than Drake. That's crazy. Y'all so worried about this, y'all more worried about this than Diddy, than Kanye West getting accused, Metro Boomin getting sued for sex assault. Pfft. Come on, bro. And y'all definitely overlooking this.
Wait, it was him? And come to find out, she was with a certain rapper who had assaulted her.
Was his first name Lil?
No.
That'll narrow it down.
His first name was Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar? Yeah.
And y'all want to overlook that. So, and a lot of y'all talking about, oh, well, why didn't he just rap? He did. Y'all ain't want to hear it. Y'all didn't want to hear it. Y'all said it was the worst shit ever, even though I don't know how you say that when he was literally breaking down everything that was said about him and responding to everything. Y'all didn't like that. Y'all wanted to, you know what I'm saying? And nobody is denying. Even Charlamagne the God, bro, just said that he knows somebody that took payola to pay this music, to play this song. You have to be crazy to think that Drake, with his amount of stature and his amount of money, is going to come out and file a frivolous lawsuit, a frivolous 81-page lawsuit going against UMG. You got TMZ saying, it's a weak move. Why don't you sue Kendrick? If he was to directly sue Kendrick, come on, bro. For what? That's not who putting the record out. That's not who blowing it up. Kendrick not independent. That's not who blowing the record up like that or whatever like that. Because this is my thing, bro. The record was really that big, right? As the numbers and everything say, right? It was really that big, right? Why, just answer me this. Why is Drake still the most streamed artist damn near every month of this year, except for December, when he put out an album. Come on, man. It does not make sense. It's not adding up, bro. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, while I do believe that I would have stayed out of all this litigation, I would have just moved on from it if I was Drake. You know what I'm saying? And just dropped some music. He did what was best for him. But for you niggas acting like niggas ain't never sued before, we about to pull up some lawsuits from other rappers. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, Master P sue Walmart for trying to sabotage their cereal. What you suing for? Why you suing? That ain't hip hop. You don't sue in hip hop. You don't sue. That ain't what you suing for. So Snoop Dogg, he's suing. What about when Wayne sued Birdman? Oh, that was for his money. No. Don't try to move the goalposts. Suing is suing. Suing is suing. Suing is suing. What about Jay-Z when he sued? You know what I'm saying? What about when he sued? Come on, bro. Stop it, dog. So, at the end of the day, bro, I said what I had to say. You don't have to like it, but I gave my 2 thoughts on it. So, like, share, subscribe, hit that join button, man. Hey, I'm out. Peace.